Hey Bush Bros, welcome to How to Build a Loadout. This one's brought to you by the request of Hilt, and we're going to do this as if you've never built a loadout before, as if you're brand new to the game. First, you're going to move over to Season 1 of Warzone, because that will get you access to the menu. At the top, you're going to hit the RB bumper for Xbox and navigate to Weapons. Here, you can select any one of these to design your own custom loadout. You're going to want to wait here until you actually have unlocked guns and attachments, which we'll get to at the end of the video. Check the bookmarks if you want. So with all these different guns, how do you know which one you should use? Well, that's where the internet comes into play, and a plug for wzstats.gg. As you can see here, it'll tell you what the meta is, what the most effective guns are, so it takes the guesswork out of it, including what attachments to use. So as you can see here, this is just a random gun, not necessarily what they're recommending, but it'll let you know out of the 5 attachments what to use. It'll even go for certain perks where you can use 8 attachments and tell you what to use there as well. Moving on, we have our secondary weapon, which is either going to be a pistol or a launcher. I like to go with the launcher here, but really it's kind of a dealer's choice. For the most part, you're going to be picking up a second gun or doing overkill, which will give you 2 guns. There are 2 different types of throwables, tactical and lethal. We're going to go through tactical. This is going to be largely up to your discretion. However, my 2 recommendations are: 1, think about your playstyle. Are you moving and need cover? In which case, smoke grenades are the best for you. Or are you going to be pushing people, in which case flashbangs or concussions are going to be best. But I definitely do not recommend using stims. They are so plentiful at this point in the game that it's just not worth it. The same thing applies to lethals, where it's going to be completely up to your discretion. If you like pushing people, I recommend the Semtex, the Thermo, or the Molotov cocktail. If you're like me and you like using bait or trying to hold down positions, landmines or spring mines, as they're now called, are probably your best bet. But again, if you're a little thirstier and like to push, throwing knives are nice for that quick finish when someone's down. Moving on, we're going to get to perk packages, which are arguably the most important part. Again, here we're going to wzstats.gg, and they give you the best loadout, including tactical and lethal, as well as perks. This is where I disagree a bit. It's going to come down to your playstyle, and so we're going to go over each perk here so you can see the general overview. Especially for perk packages, I'm not going to read these off to you. It's all going to depend on your personal preference and your playstyle. I will tell you my pick, which in this case is going to be dexterity. However, you're going to have to think, okay, how do each of these play into each other? What are they going to do, and how do they help me either push people, camp, survive, whatever? You also want to think about how the different perk classes interact with each other, because you're going to have 3 different perk classes, which you can pick one of each from. Now, for me, I like to be able to regenerate my equipment because you can only carry 1 muni box in this version of Warzone. That's different from previous versions, but other people may like playing more aggressive and going with quick fix. But when it comes to the 3rd perk class, I think this one is a very clear choice. Resolute boosts your movement speed by 15% when you're getting shot. Everything else is okay, frankly pretty good, but that is just in a class of its own. Again, read through this, decide for yourself, but that one I do feel strongly about. And this brings us to something that's new and unique to the Black Ops 6 version of Warzone. We have Wildcards. These provide bonuses like overkill, where you can have 2 main weapons. But for me, what I like to go with is Gunfighter, because it gives you those 3 extra attachments for your main gun. Again, this one is wholly up to you. Which brings us to our last point about getting your guns up so you can use those attachments. As you can see, this great recommendation on a similar video I did has you leveling it up in Plunder. I'm going to show you a quick little trick though, where you can use these double XP tokens, which will help you level up your operator and your guns. You're going to hit your left stick on your Xbox, which it actually gives you the instructions in the bottom right corner. It's going to bring up all these tokens which come over from previous versions of Warzone. As you can see, I have a ton, more than I'll ever use. However, I'm just going to select my 15-minute one each, go back, and look in that bottom right corner, you're going to see that each of those is active. Really, it's just the level and the guns that make the big difference, but Battle Pass never hurts to have active. Hope you enjoyed this video going over different guns, how to level quicker, perk packages, throwables, deployables, wildcard, which is new to Black Ops 6. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments or shoot me a note. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more content, which I'll make sure to get out to you guys shortly. Until then, take care and good luck in the Warzone.